Welcome back. Sorry for the break. Stuff happened. But, it's whatever it is, man. You just get back on the horse. You fall off the horse, you get back on the horse. You get right back on it. Let's go. We are finally in Job 38. We've been waiting for it this whole time. Boy, was that a cliffhanger. Let's get right into it. Job 38, finally, after the back and forth, 37 chapters of arguing. Man, not really, but whatever. 35 chapters of arguing. And figuring out and trying to, these guys speaking for God and think these folks think they know something, these guys think they know something, and this whole thing, finally, God is going to speak. Here we go. Job 38. Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, who is this that darkens counsel by words without knowledge? Now gird up your loins like a man, and I will ask you, and you instruct me. Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Tell me, if you have understanding, who sets its measurements? Since you know, or who stretched out the line on it? On what were its bases sunk? Who laid its cornerstone? When the morning stars sang together and the sons of God shouted for joy. Or who enclosed the sea with doors when bursting forth it went out from the womb? When I made a cloud like its garment and thick darkness its swaddling band. And I placed boundaries on it, and I set bolts on the doors. And I said, thus far you shall come, but no further. And here shall your proud waves stop. Have you ever in your life commanded the morning, or caused the dawn to know its place, that it might take hold of the ends of the earth, and the wicked be shaken out of it? It is changed like clay under the seal. And they stand forth like a garment. From the wicked their light is withheld, and the uplifted arm is broken. Have you ever entered into the springs of the sea, or walked in the recesses of the deep? Have the gates of death been revealed to you? Or have you seen the gates of deep darkness? Have you understood the expanse of the earth? Tell me, if you know all this. Where is the way to the dwelling of light, and darkness, where is its place? That you may take to its territory, and that you may discern the paths to and that you may discern the paths to its home. You know, for you were born then, and the number of your days is great. Have you ever entered the storehouses of the snow? Or have you been to the storehouses of the hail, which I have reserved for the time of distress, for the day of war and battle? Where is the way that the light is divided, or the east wind scattered on the earth? Who has cleft a channel for the flood, or a way for the thunderbolt, to bring rain on a land without people, on a desert without a man in it, to satisfy the waste and desolate land, and to make seeds of grass to sprout? Has the rain a father, or who has begotten the drops of dew? For whose womb has come the ice, and the frost of heaven? Who has given birth to it? What becomes hard like water becomes hard like stone, and the surface of the deep is imprisoned. Can you bind the chains of Pleiades, or loose the cords of Orion? Can you lead forth a constellation in its season, and guide the bear with her satellites? Do you know the ordinances of heaven? Sorry. Do you know the ordinances of the heavens, or fix the rule over the earth? Can you lift up your voice to the clouds, so that an abundance of water will cover you? Can you send forth lightnings that may go, and you say, here we are? Who has put wisdom in the innermost being, or given understanding to the mind? Who can count the clouds of wisdom, or tip the water jars of heaven? When the dust hardens into a mass and the clods stick together, can you hunt the prey for the lion, or satisfy the appetite of the young lions? When they crouch in their dens and they lie in wait in their lair? Who prepares for the raven its nourishments, when it's young, cry to God and wander about for food? I mean, he's hitting Job with the, like, meet me outside. Let's go outside. Who are you? Basically. This whole chapter is just, I'm sorry. Who are you? You think you know. You think you know. And on its face, I don't know. I get mixed feelings about it, because obviously Job doesn't know. He knows what he knows. And this is very early on. His life is very early on. I know this is like halfway through the Bible, or the Old Testament at least. But the event is early on in human history. This is not too long, or it's like I said, we've said it many times. This is right around Abraham-ish time. So this is like a generation or two after Noah. Not a lot of interactions with God and man at this point that we know of that are reliable. But they seem to know a lot that he doesn't know. He speaks like he does because there are no other instances. So in the midst of his suffering, though, it's just kind of like God hits him with this, like, I mean, he's got the boils, he's got the hunger, the sleep deprivation, the sore. I mean, he's in the depths of the pain, and he's in this big argument with his friends about, like, they're accusing him that he's, the problem, and that he's done some great sin, and he's in some sort of big, giant spiritual bet that he's not going to crack. In the midst of all of that, then God hits him with the, I'm sorry, you are, like, just puts him down to the smallest little atom, molecule of a man. Well, see, it goes in a direction. It continues. It's not the end of the story. God has more to say, but he's setting the stage with just putting Job, making sure it's very clear that Job is in his place, as he has more of these to say afterward. So, thank you for watching. I'm happy to be back. I'll see you next time. Read your Bible.